What's up? What's up? What's up? Richie Rich, what's up?
What's good? What's going on, Ross? How you doing, man? How's the week?
Man, great. Week is great. Just got my hair done, feeling good.
Okay, that's what's up,
Yeah,
man. He knows, man. What's good?
Chilling, man. I see him. I see he got his hair done. Their hair looks really good, man.
appreciate you, dog. Appreciate
Yeah, I see that, man. It looks fresh, fresh to death. Can't wait. It make me want to go do
You
my
got
hair,
a
man.
retwist?
It
you. Yeah, I got to reach
do his
out.
hair.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But
Well, female did
anyway,
your
man.
hair?
Oh no, I love him. I love him. Tell you.
Okay.
For sure. Ain't no nigga finna do my.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing look fresh, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Even though
But
he do hair, I just don't want no man in my hair. That's all. For sure.
yeah, unless it's like that when you go to a barber and shit like that, you get the short haircut. That's a little different. But
Oh yeah,
I understand what he's talking about.
a man cutting your hair is different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
a female when she's doing the braids, she's
yeah,
all
yeah.
up in your hair.
Right,
There's more physical touch there.
right. Braiding my hair and your hand all in my scalp and shit. Like, nah, I don't want no nigga
hmm
Yeah.
in
Well,
my
that
hair.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
man. I'm glad that's a good way to start the live, man. Get everything going. We gotta let everybody know how we roll over here. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Richie Rich, we know you gotta get to that booty call, man. So let's go ahead and get to this live, man. Let's talk about it. The Chiefs and the Eagles, man. It's the first time in a very long time. I think the last time I've been on the fence wise was a boxing match, and it wasn't even a big old boxing match. Um it was Adrian Broner's prodigy, old big head dude with the big ears. Forgot his name, man. He went up against this guy named uh Batiste or Batswa, whatever. I think me and you was covering the fight. That was the first time I ever said, I don't know who's gonna win the fight. And then we both said basically our pick for the fight. It came out that it was the fight ended up being a draw. So that's the last time I remember in sports a fight coming out and
Okay.
turning out like that.
Yeah.
Easter, there's his name, Robert Easter Jr. versus whatever that other dude's name was.
Right.
That fight
I
ended up
forget
being
his
a
name.
draw. This is one of those Super Bowls where it's like I don't know who's gonna win because it's either Patrick Mahomes steps up and has a Brady-like performance, or we have a scenario where Saquon Barkley goes off. And here's the agenda too that I'm noticing: when teams win too much in the NFL, regardless what team is, people don't want to see them continue to win. There's like,
They want-
oh yeah, unless you're that team's fan, the whole America hates you type of thing. So I feel like that agenda.
America,
But anyways, what you gonna say on that?
America don't really like greatness, and they especially don't like black men being great. But this ain't just color. America don't like greatness. Period. If you too great, they're
Fact.
gonna start finding a reason to hate on you. And some of the shit is not hate because the Chiefs do get preferential treatment. But so that when you're the it squad, you're gonna get preferential treatment. That's how it is.
So do you guys think?
Everybody knew when you
Do you
played
guys
it.
think? Because now they're
Everybody knew when
running
you
a
played
hidden.
against the Patriots, you had huh?
No, I was
What'd
running
you
a
say?
hidden agenda saying they're running a hidden agenda saying Taylor Swift, because she's dating Travis Kelsey, Taylor Swift also is the reason why the Chiefs are doing what they're doing. Like they're trying to add fuel to fire with that. What do you guys think with that? Like that bullshit narrative.
I mean, yeah, there is some
Um,
politics that goes in with that because Taylor Swift got her fans like Beyonce got her beehive, Taylor Swift got her Swifties, and they say they think that with her being romantically linked with one of the major players on the team, that is has an impact on them winning and losing major games like the Super Bowl. Like my team that played them last year, we lost to them again. They beat us twice, and two Super Bowls that they won. The first Super Bowl, yeah, obviously Taylor Swift wasn't with Kelsey at the time, but she was with him this time, and we had a chance to beat this team. It was just like the first time we faced them. We had an opportunity, but we couldn't close out that team. We couldn't make plays down the stretch to beat them, and they're one of those teams. They are very versatile. They could win in any type of fashion. So
Right.
they're a team. You have to make sure you handle business, man. You can't give them any opportunity to have a chance at winning that game. If you could go up 21-0 at the start of the game, continue to press the accelerator, continue to keep your foot on the gas against this team, because they can come back, man, and they can win a football game, especially a big football game. They've shown that a multitude of times. So if the Eagles can start this game and start fast, get to a point where they have the Chiefs playing at a deficit, man, don't look back, because they lost to this team before. They're just like the Niners, where they lost to this team meeting them a couple of years ago. But now's an opportunity to redeem themselves. You can't do what you did when you played them the first time. You got to come at it different this time. Saquon is obviously the main cog on this team, and the reason why they've gone this far. He's elevated this team. They used to be a high pass oriented team. Now they're a heavy run team. They've always been a run team because they like to do that tush push thing, but they really try to run that ball on you because they got Saquon, man. Once he gets out in that open field, he's basically impossible to tackle, to bring down. He's going for 6. So I feel that if they can get Saquon going early and Saquon is doing his thing out there, don't look back, because if the Chiefs are able to close the gap in this game, if it's a close game, it's gonna favor the Chiefs at the end, man. I don't think the Eagles are gonna pull through. I think the only way the Eagles win this game is if they win by a nice margin. They could get like 10 points. This game can't be close, because if it's close, I believe the Chiefs will win.
It's interesting you say that. Rich never does conspiracy theory. What do you think of that, Ross? That conspiracy and what he was talking about with the narrative game playing out.
I think that for some reason you're lagging, so when you talk, it all comes out at one time. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I think that's facts. When it comes to the Chiefs, the way it's set up is you're not going to beat them in a one possession game, and a lot of times they're not even making plays to win. The refs will just get them. It will be like a pass interference or some shit, or it'll be like an offsides. If it's a close game, you're not winning that game, so you have to go up a couple of scores, and you got to play keep away straight up. That's the only way you're going to beat them. For some reason, I don't know. I have to look at the ratings. For some reason, they want this team to succeed. And I'm not saying that it's just for them. What I'm saying is it was like this for Tom Brady and the Patriots too. They got a lot of calls going that way. Like the tuck rule, they made rules on the spot for the Patriots to win and shit. And the Chiefs, they got that aura too. They got that aura. So if you're gonna beat them, first of all, you can't turn over the ball at all. You have to play a clean game, can't have no turnovers at all. You got to get to Patrick Mahomes, and when you get to him, you're going to have to tackle him in a way to where they can't hit you for no penalties. You know what I mean? So you got to get to Patrick Mahomes, and you gonna have to gently bring him down. Because if you rock him, they're gonna say, "Oh, roughing the passer." So it's like the cards are stacked against you, really, to be honest. But I don't think anybody has beat the Eagles in back to back Super Bowls. I think if they lose the next time they play you, they win historically. So I don't know. This will be the first time they lost in back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like and they have a chance though. They got a chance because they have the players to do it. And the style of football that the Eagles play, they have the if they're allowed to play their game, they have the perfect style of football to win this game because they can control the clock and they can run the hell out of the ball and keep Patrick Mahomes out the field. So we'll see. We'll see.
Interesting. Yeah. It's interesting you say that because my thing is this, like, I think everybody is so focused on Saquon Barkley and his production and what he's gonna do. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna surprise the world, man. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's one of those things where, you know, Jalen Hurts might end up becoming Patrick Mahomes is Eli Manning to Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady, because in those Giants games, a lot of times everybody was looking at Tiki Barber. They were looking at you know Tyreek. They were looking at everybody else instead of Eli Manning. They were looking at all of the other players. They were looking at the Giants defense. They were looking at the coaching and all of that. But Eli Manning stepped up every single time. And even in the loss, the last time they played 38-35, it's not like Jalen Hurts had a bad game. Jalen Hurts actually balled out in that game.
No, he didn't. He just had that fumble. Yeah,
he fumbled the ball. He turned over the ball.
He had a good game.
He played good though. He played good though.
He had a great game. But what we're trying to say is he made up for that fumble. What we're trying to say is to beat the Chiefs. Sadly, you can't even have that. That's how they made this team. And that's how the rest. You can't even have. It's kind of like remember the Titans, man. Remember the Titans when they was like, bro, we have to leave no doubt. We have to leave no doubt because we're not going to get the benefit of the doubt from the rest. So they start playing it away with you have to play like that against the Chiefs. Because you're not going to get those 50-50 calls. You won't get them.
So let me play devil's advocate here and say this. Yeah. Would it also be in the best interest of the NFL? You know, because it's a good old boy network too, that because Kansas City is being seen as, you know, the new America team, the team to win. And yes, them doing a 3-peat has never been done in football, and it will drive up revenue and all of that. But at the same time, you have a whole bunch of NFL fans that are like the Eagles is going to be the team to stop the 3-peat. So I can't help but to put that in my mind too, that could also be a possibility as well too. The Eagles come out and they show out. Those guys are motivated. They're like, you know what? Everybody think the Chiefs are going to win. And we've seen this before in NFL football. We've seen this in college football. We've seen this in high school football. The team that everybody counts out, the underdog, they're the only ones that believe in themselves. And then they come and they show out, you know, and then they dominate and they have such a ridiculous dominant game. This could be the game where Patrick Mahomes hits that canvas so many times and he gets sacked. And the referees are not going to penalize because those sacks are not illegal plays. It's not roughing the passer. It's just they're getting to him faster than he can get the ball out. I'm like kind of playing it in my mind that I could also see that scenario playing itself out too, where the Eagles come out and basically put the foot on the Kansas City Chiefs' necks. I mean, it could go either way to me. That's the way that I'm looking at it. I've seen this scenario play in my mind that, you know, the Eagles could come out and just dominate, but I don't think it's going to be, I don't know why, I just don't feel like it's going to be what everybody think, where it's going to be Saquon Barkley 200-300 rushing yards. I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts is going to have a 400-500 passing yard game and shock the world, because people are not seeing that. They're not expecting him to pass the ball and to be great. Everybody, whether TikTok, YouTube, you name it, you know what they say? oh, Jalen Hurts, he's gonna choke. And these are even Eagles fans saying this. Oh, Jalen Hurts is gonna choke. It's gotta be Barkley, man. Barkley got to step up. If Barkley don't step up, we don't win. What do y'all think about that?
Nah,
listen,
a lot. Go ahead.
this is what I gotta say, man. Jalen Hurts, he has to worry about that defensive coordinator on the Chiefs. That guy always draws up certain plays in these big games, whether it be the NFC divisional round, the AFC divisional round, AFC championship, or Super Bowl. He always draws up plays to rattle a quarterback during a defining moment of the game. That's what's going to define what kind of outcome Jalen Hurts has in this game. If he can be a counter what Spagnoli, that's the name of that defensive coordinator on the Chiefs. If he can counter what this guy is prepared to throw at him at those points of the game, the Eagles will win. If he can't do that, the Eagles aren't winning. But it doesn't matter if he has 400 yards, 500 yards, because that guy, he's one of those defensive coordinators. He calls the right play at the right time to get at that quarterback, a blitz, to stop a key drive that could change the tides of the game. And for some reason, he's always been successful so far. You know, in all of their Super Bowl wins, he's always been successful. All their Super Bowl runs. That is what's going to decide that game, because I don't think Eagles are blowing the Chiefs out, man. They're just one of those teams. If you're gonna beat them, it's gonna be a tough game. That's how it's one of those teams, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. That's how you're gonna beat them. You know, the one of them teams where if you beat them, man, you're gonna have to give everything to beat that team. You know, whether they have ref help, preferential treatment, whatever you call it, you're gonna have to claw to beat this team. That's the only way you getting them up out of there, boy. You ain't blowing them out. But if you're gonna beat them, you're gonna have to earn that thing. That's how it is.
Yeah. So the way I see it is, a lot of people watch football, but they don't understand it. So if they get the reason why people was focused on everybody but Eli wasn't because Eli was never like an elite quarterback in the regular season, but he would turn up in the playoffs. But the reason why he'll turn up in the playoffs, people forget how well the Giants used to run the football. So when you run the football well, play action is going to be open for you. And so basically, if the Eagles run the football well, they could kill them in play action down the field. And I don't see them being able to stop this Eagles team. But you know what will hurt the Eagles? Believe it or not, scoring too fast. Scoring too fast will hurt them. They need to have sustained drives, like 10-play drives, then to punch it in, score, boom. 10-play drive. That way, not only are they scoring, but it's less time for the other team to have the football. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds weird, scoring too fast, but that's the thing. They need it because they want to score in a way to where they're wearing the team down. Because something about the Chiefs is in the fourth quarter, if you want to beat them up so they don't have anything in the fourth quarter. If the game is close in the fourth quarter, I don't see the Eagles winning. If it's a one-possession game, I don't see them winning that game. Unless they're the ones up and they got the ball, it's like 3 minutes left. I don't see them winning that game. So they need to be going up. They need to be up at least 14 points going into the fourth quarter for real. And to add to what Richie Rich said, it's not. I'm not going to put that pressure on. I'm not going to put that pressure on the quarterback, on Hurts. I'm going to put that pressure on the offensive coordinator because coordinators are supposed to battle coordinators. The offensive coordinator is going to have to outsmart Spag and scheme up Hurts to dominate. That's his job. You know what I'm saying? You can't get outplayed. You can't keep getting outcoached by this guy. And he outcoaches every offensive coordinator in the playoffs. And then they blame the quarterback. What people don't realize is when you blame the quarterback, you're putting the offensive, you're taking the onus off the offensive coordinator. It's his job to go wit for wit with the defensive coordinator. And they keep getting their asses kicked by this dude.
That's a great point, man. And I'm glad you said that, because then what it does is it takes away the idea in people's mind that one player is the end all be all. Because if there's any sport where you have to really look at the totality of the team, all 53 guys, including coaching and everything else, is football. Like, everyone has to step up, especially in the Super Bowl. So I know, if the Eagles lose, the first person they're going to try to blame is Jalen Hurts. But no, I'm glad you mentioned that, and it's on wax. It's on live here on this live stream. I'm sure nobody else brought it up, so you'll be the only one uniquely to say that offensive coordinator needs to also get the blame too. And that's the thing. Offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators in football, they don't get enough blame. Everybody always wants to highlight the head coaching and all that, but these are the guys that are drawing up the plays for their respective sides, whether if it's offensively and defensively. So if a guy gets outplayed, these are also respective coaches at what they do. They also got to take the blame for being outplayed. So he needs to step up. This is the game where you show up or show out, or you nut it up, and there's just no way around it. So it's interesting that you guys brought that point, because now I want to segue this into Saquon Barkley. I knew with him being healthy, he was gonna become what he is now. Because he's always been my favorite running back. Not to take anything away from Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a phenomenal back, but he's starting to get on the downside now. But even in his downside, his numbers were like parallel with Saquon Barkley. That speaks volumes with the level of talent that Derrick Henry is. But as Derrick Henry is
That
starting
speaks value to Lamar Jackson.
that's
Because
true.
Derrick Henry, he would not be doing that on another team.
Facts.
He's running through wide open lanes. If anybody plays in the backfield with Lamar Jackson, they're gonna have a career year. Just look at everybody. Look at the running backs he had. They're in San Diego right now. They don't play like that no more. They're not making those. They play with Justin Herbert. He's not Lamar Jackson. You play in the backfield with Lamar Jackson, you're gonna have a career year because you're running through wide open lanes, wide open.
Well, I tell you one thing about Saquon. He's got to credit that O line, man. Eagles, they always have some of the best O linemen every year in, year out, man. It's like night and day when you compare the O line on the Giants and the O line on the Eagles. When he was on the Giants, I think the best year he's ever had was 1,400 yards rushing.
Right.
The Eagles, man, he ran for 2,000. He could have got the record, but the head coach didn't want him to play in that game because he didn't want to risk him getting hurt because he's playing against his former team. One guy might get mad. You know how football is. They might try to cheap shot him, and then they might lose him for the playoffs. So if I was him, I probably wanted to play in the game to get the record. But I understand the concern of the head coach. So, you need him for the real task, which is trying to win the Super Bowl. They got to the Super Bowl. But that O-line, man, you got to credit that O-line was doing remarkable things the past 2 seasons for Jalen Hurts. It's that tush push thing, man. It's like an unstoppable football play. Automatic. They always convert pretty much. Their convert rate is like 99% when they run that play because that O-line is so big and strong. Yeah. They open up those gaps for Saquon, and right when he gets in the open field, man, he's gone because those gaps are wide open. They pushing those D linemen across the field, man. They got massive dudes on that O-line.
They got the best O-line in football.
Yeah, they got the best O-line in football. You could say that.
I'll admit their O-line is phenomenal, and usually great running backs that put up great numbers, there's always a combination between them and having great O-line. You used to always see that with Barry Sanders. When they asked Barry Sanders why did he perform so well, the dinner and stuff like that, he'll always put his hands and arms around the O-line and say, man, these are the guys.
But he was being nice. He did not have a good O-line. He was being nice. Evan Smith had a good O-line.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith. Dallas always had a great O line in those days.
Barry Sanders was just being modest because he's not an arrogant person, but he did not have. If Barry Sanders would have had a better O line, he would have even better numbers. That's good. That's the reason why I tell people, yes, Barry Sanders is the best runner of the football, and I always say Walter Payton is the best football player to play running back, but he's not the best running back. Barry Sanders is the best running back because he did all that and didn't even have a good offensive line. He had terrible offensive line.
That's why I fucks with Ross, man. Because one thing I like with this dude, man, he'll like somebody, but he'll always keep it a buck. Like, it's hard to find people like that on the planet, man. It's that Cap said this term, dumb people love to hang around dumb people. I think I had shared that one with you. But people that have some wit and savvy about them, they're always looking to find people that have wit and savvy about them. And that's the hard part. That's the challenge. When you are that kind of individual, finding another individual like that and being able to share. And then once you find an individual like that, it's kind of like, I know you guys feel like that, but to me, that's how I feel. It's like you're like a kid at the candy store because you're like, finally, damn, someone that sees life similar or see things the way that I see similar. So you try to do your best. You try to be on your best behavior. You still be yourself, but you don't want to fuck up a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Go the extra mile because you know a lot of people are not just moving around like that. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm saying that to say, I hear y'all what y'all say about the O line, and yes, you were right about fact checking me on the whole Barron's thing. Yes, the O line wasn't the best, but Saquon Barkley, man. This dude, I'm looking at the Giants right now, and I'm like, the biggest faux pas in NFL history in terms of letting a dude like that go. Like, why would you let somebody like that, a game changer like this, go? Why didn't you just say, hey, this guy's entering the prime of his career. We need to hold on to this guy, man, and galvanize behind him. And what I've liked that Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley has done, and I rested on those two guys' shoulders, is Dave, to me, have revitalized the running back position. Because if you guys remember, before those two guys showed up in the league, they was trying to say the running back position was obsolete. The running back position was no longer important, even though we know in football you have to run the ball because running the ball clogs up possessions. It slows the game down and it gives your team more and more opportunities to score. So I never understand that narrative about running the ball and running backs being an opposite position when they're so important.
Well, I understood it. All throughout our life, we're all in our 40s. So all throughout our life, early when we started watching football, the quarterback was important, but rarely was the quarterback the best player on the team. They got a lot of credit, but they was rarely like Joe Montana was the best player on Jerry Rice was, and it's still like that to this day. But they wanted to get them more in the spotlight. They wanted white quarterbacks to get more in the spotlight, so they made a big focus on Tom Brady, a big focus on Peyton Manning, and when they did that, they had to basically discount other positions to make these guys look better than what they were. But if we're being honest, they won because they had complete teams. It's not basketball where one person could just take over a game and beat a team. Football, you can't do that. Only three players really could do that. That was Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, and Lamar. Most quarterbacks cannot just beat a team by themselves. They can't do that, right? So, but to make these guys look bigger than what they were, they had to downplay a lot of the skill positions. But remember back in the day, none of us wanted to play quarterback. We played quarterback because everybody else took other positions.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, you got to play quarterback today because everybody else wanted to be the playmaker. Remember that's it.
I wanted to play it because I wanted to show as a black man, which is what I'm seeing from the black QB, right? We cannot just throw the ball. We can also throw the ball, run the ball. We can also.
I'm not talking about on that level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about on that level. Like I'm talking about like in pickup games.
Yeah,
in pickup games. Like Yeah, right. You might have been. Well, bro, you might have been the exception, but majority of us wanted to make the play. We didn't necessarily want to be the quarterback.
Oh, trust me, I know
people like Michael Vick.
I know what you're saying. You and Richie,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
We wanted to either catch or run for the touchdown.
Right. Randall Cunningham made us. Randall Cunningham made us start wanting to play quarterback. Before him, we didn't really want to do it because all we saw them doing was giving the ball to real football players, right? But so back in the day, that's why it was more parity. Remember, the football was better back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody was stars.
Yep.
Everybody was stars.
Yep.
Now only the quarterbacks are stars.
Yep.
Because that's how they made it. But now since it's more black quarterbacks, because you know what they're gonna start doing now? It's gonna be parity's gonna pick up. Parity's gonna pick up. They're gonna start back giving people the credit, not because it's the right thing to do, but because now all these quarterbacks niggas. That's what.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So
and that's what they're trying to stop.
And you know what else? You know what else they're gonna do? They're gonna change the rules back now because they was trying to protect Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Now that they old, they ain't in the league, and all the new guys are coming in are mainly black. They're gonna change the rules back, and you're gonna start seeing quarterbacks get hurt more now.
I mean, they got no choice. Look at the two quarterbacks in the Super Bowl right now. They got no choice. Everybody said,
"Well, they don't have to change the rules back, but they are going to change the rules back."
I mean, everybody's sitting there being so critical of Lamar Jackson, and here we got two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. So you can't stop. That's why I always use that term: greatness personification can only be hindered. The motherfucker can't be stopped. You could try to stop greatness. You could try, but once it's personified, that motherfucker can't be hindered, man. It's gonna happen. That's why cats couldn't stop Jordan. They tried for 7 years, and then in the 8th, he showed up. Cats couldn't stop Kobe when they showed without Shaq. I'm sure Kobe was somewhere chopping at the bits. Oh, I'm gonna show you motherfuckers. You can't stop it.
Anybody who actually was watching those finals games knew that was cap.
Yep.
Because Shaq was getting wide open dunks the whole game.
Exactly.
Half of Shaq's points was wide open dunks because Kobe had gravitation. People just hating on Kobe. For something about Kobe, people hate on that man.
Shaq's greatest play.
People just hating on Kobe.
You know it. His greatest play, that dunk on the Portland Trailblazers, is because Kobe Bryant crossed one of the greatest defenders ever. He crossed Scottie Pippen on the top of the key and dunked the ball to Shaq.
And got him wide open. Yeah.
And that's his greatest play.
That was
You think of Shaq's highlight? That's Shaq's greatest highlight. There's no highlight that's greater than highlight.
That's it. That's his great. That ain't even Kobe. That ain't even Kobe top 10 highlight. Kobe that did so much shit in the NBA. But that's Shaq's favorite. That's his best one because let's be honest, Shaq was a failure until he came to LA. He went and lost in the finals and ran from the East Coast.
Yep. And that's why I don't. I know we going a little off topic with that, but that was a good segue because y'all see, because I guess me and Ross, we got some pent up frustration about that shit because we understand why Kobe is being always disrespected when they want to mention Shaq MVPs and all that bullshit. But this is the reason why I don't respect the center position, because look at the dumping of the ball that you have to get. Look at how the guard play has to do everything to get the ball to you so you look good. Could you imagine if he didn't have a Kobe in the backcourt, he had a Penny in the backcourt, and it was Scottie Pippen guarding Penny? Scottie Pippen would have locked up Penny. Let's be real here.
Right. Penny was good, but Penny didn't have the bag that Kobe had. Like Kobe had the fade away, he had the fall away. He could do everything Penny could do. And he could score, and Kobe could score and score and score and score and score. If you get hot, Kobe could drop 50 on you easily. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you on the team with Shaq and you capable of dropping 50, that's pretty much a lost game. But the thing about it, the reason why you have to respect the center position, just can't put too much respect on it, because the centers are really like, on offense, the centers are the running backs of the offense. You want to know why I say that? It's because the center controls the game when you drop it down to the center.
Okay.
If you have the ability to drop the ball down to the center, you can slow the game down. When you don't, you got to play like fucking Steve Nash and you got to play like Golden State, run and gun. That's not good. That's not good basketball. Good basketball is be able to play inside, outside.
I like that simile.
Inside,
No one
outside.
ever
You know what I'm saying?
explained it and broke it down like that. That I could get behind. I could respect that.
Yeah.
I definitely
So you
talking about with that.
The center is needed. The reason why I don't really let people run off with that. Kobe was so much better. Shaq was so much better than Kobe because they had like Shaq was Akeem Olajuwon or something. Yeah, like you could just give the ball to Shaq anywhere. He was a walking bucket. Shaq had to be kind of fooled. He had kind of be spoon fed. He wasn't like dominant like that. Shaq did a lot of bulldozing, and he had to be get wide open dunks. He wasn't creating like that. Like people don't realize is if Kobe had Akeem, he would have had way more championships.
Oh my gosh!
Than with Shaq. He would
have
never lost.
Shaq was somewhat fugazi, man. Let's be honest with that. Let's be honest. Akeem, that's why Jordan and Kobe, if you look at their all-time five, they both got Akeem Olajuwon as a center. And I'm not surprised that they got that. The reason why is because the way those guys play at the guard position, they know if you have a center like that, nobody's beating them. Because
nobody's beating him.
A center like that does everything. He scores, he shoots free throws well, he's clutch. He can bring the ball up the floor, and then he can kill you in the post. So they don't have to worry about when they dump the ball like that. As a matter of fact, a guy like that takes a lot of pressure off of them.
And he can hit the open three. It's not his game, but if he's wide open, he'll hit it. Akeem Olajuwon is probably the most. Akeem Olajuwon he'll never get the credit because he only won two. But as far as skills, Hakeem Olajuwon is easily the best center that ever played the game. Easily.
Yep, I've said it before, and I've shocked people.
Easily.
But hey, to me, he's the greatest because everything he was able to do. But now going back, using that to go back to this point, because I really want you guys to take on this topic. We're going into the second one with Kendrick Lamar, because I know you guys gonna have a lot to say because you guys are definitely hip hop heads. And Lil Wayne. Now, we know the Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Lil Wayne felt because, he's from NOLA, all of a sudden, he had to have the right to be the person, to be the artist to perform at the Super Bowl. But let's be honest, man. Music has always been, what have you done for me lately? And in music, what have you done for me lately? Nobody's killing it better than Kendrick Lamar. And let's be honest, Kendrick Lamar did something that's unprecedented. He basically made Drake disappear and made him a non-factor. So how is he not deserving of a Super Bowl halftime performance?
People just, if you ask me, when you're truly great, people just want something to complain about, man. They'd rather complain about you than actually give you your flowers. But when it comes to Lil Wayne, what Lil Wayne doesn't realize is, a lot of people have received the Super Bowl platform without actually having any current music. Dr. Dre did it. But Dr. Dre is a consummate professional, man. Have you ever heard Lil Wayne live? Lil Wayne does not have a good live show. It's horrible. It's horrible.
He sounds like he's medicated.
It's horrible. He looks bad. He hasn't been taking care of himself. He doesn't have a Super Bowl show. He doesn't. He has a good show for like an arena. He doesn't have a Super Bowl show. He got the songs to do it, but he doesn't perform well enough to be on the Super Bowl stage. He would actually hurt his brand if he did a Super Bowl.
Damn.
It would be viral for all the wrong reasons.
That's true.
No disrespect, but it would be viral for all the wrong reasons, man. And some of his songs he can't perform because Lil Wayne has very childish lyrics a lot of times. Like you can't on the Super Bowl stage, you can't say "eat the pussy like cold pizza." You can't talk about Dookie and piss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. His catalog is very vulgar.
Not only is it vulgar, but it's very childlike.
Yeah.
Like he don't really have those songs he delves into that is just like bangers, but clean kind of. You know what I mean? It's he got mixtape. He has really good mixtape music.
Yeah.
And that's not enough for the super. I don't care.
He can't sing Lollipop. He can't say lick that Lollipop.
Right.
Yeah, he can't bring that up.
Right. So what is he gonna perform? He really will have to. He'll really have to like do like.
He'd have to go to his old songs.
Yeah.
He'd have to go to a lot of his old material.
That people that commercially, unless you are like a music connoisseur, like people don't know, basically.
The Hot Boys, or bringing out the Hot Boys with Juvie.
And he don't even get along with them.
Yeah, he don't get along with them. BG, Turk, you know how the Hot Boys.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And some of that shit he can't perform not on the Super Bowl stage.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a good look for him, man. And for him to say it was snatched away from him, he has to realize, like, bro, for you to do the Super Bowl, you have to be bigger. And I'll say this with all respect. You know I got love for the hood, but you have your message got to be bigger than just the hood.
Facts.
To do the Super Bowl stage, you have, you know what I'm saying? It can't just be hood shit, because some hood shit is shit that we shouldn't even be getting from you. We tolerate it because you Wayne, and we've been knowing. We grew up with Wayne, right? Mm-hmm. Wayne's our age. We grew up with him, so we tolerate a lot of things. But on the Super Bowl stage, most of those people not even from our culture.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you got to have music that translates over.
We shouldn't give them the words for them to automatically immediately judge us on.
Yeah, like no. Lil Wayne has BET music.
Yeah. I think you talked about him performing live. I think that's the only time I've seen him perform live in the BET Award show. And his performance was all over the place.
It didn't sound good. And bro be up there all high and just be saying anything. He can't do that on the Super Bowl stage, man. These people, listen, and Jay-Z is not gonna take that chance with him.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z looked at everything.
Yeah, if your show ain't
Jay-Z, but Jay-Z's always looking at the bigger picture when it comes to these things. And that's what a lot of Negroes don't understand when they always got something negative to say about Jay-Z. You gotta understand, Jay-Z's been suit and tie for so many years. So he's looking at every element, especially with him being shaking hands with Roger Goodell and all that. Why fuck up a business relationship and a business situation? What, just a piece of hood niggas that want
his reputation on the line.
Exactly.
His reputation's on the line. Like,
exactly.
I can't do that, man. I can't do that. I love you to death, but bro, this stage ain't for you. This stage not for you, man. I love you to death, but this stage is not for you. You know what I'm saying? If anybody could have been upset, but it's not his way, because he don't really be hanging like that unless you wrong him. Kanye had more room to be more upset than Lil Wayne. Kanye actually has the skill to perform. He actually has the stage presence and the music to pull it off.
Yeah, he has the commercial songs to actually go out there and perform.
And he don't even care about
I'm glad you guys mentioned the Hot Boys, because it's not even Lil Wayne. Let's be honest. Juvenile would be able, if there's a New Orleans artist that will pull it off, it's Juvenile, because even though Juvenile got raunchy music, he also got commercially good street level music that people know. So he would be able to pull it off. He would be really good. Music would sound good or whatever. If you're gonna go with
one song he could perform on there would be 400 Degrees.
Everybody know 400 Degrees.
Bro, I struggle to find a song that he could perform that's appropriate.
Yeah, Lil Wayne's lyrics, man, are explicit.
Explicit. Yep. In a way to where it can't even be censored. the whole song could be censored. So it's not sporadic. It's not sporadic, but you could. You know how Kendrick Lamar be rapping that he just don't say something for a second because this is like one curse word, maybe every 30 words. Lil Wayne should, even when he's not saying curse words, he's saying shit that's so vulgar. It's like, bro, he doesn't have the material for the Super Bowl, man.
It's kind of material. Let's be honest.
That's no knock to him. It just don't. It would be like Rick James. Rick James would be able to perform at the Super Bowl. He doesn't have the catalog.
I'm glad you did that, and I hope you start putting that type of content on TikTok. The reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people have been on this thing recently, especially wrapping it up by Lil Wayne. When they hear you start saying that shit about his content not being Super Bowl worthy or Super Bowl material, it's just the way you say things and the way you articulate things. People have no choice but to be like, you know what, you ain't lying, man. Yeah, that shit is too uncut. Because to me, y'all said BT, a lot of the shit Wayne rap about, let's be honest, that's why they pulled, even BT pulled it, because it was too raunchy for BT. The shit he rap about, it should be on BET Uncut. That's how raunchy.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because that's why you have BET Uncut, because the things you couldn't put, like Tip Drill and Ludacris' version of Tip Drill, you couldn't put that shit on BET. You had to put that shit on BET, and your ass had to be up at midnight to watch the shit.
Lil Wayne should be trying to perform for the Ice Cube 3-on-3 championship game or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. or WNBA Live.
And not to say he should be right, and that's gonna be too raunchy at the WNBA because there's women there. He's gonna be talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Man, he degrades women in a lot of his songs, man.
Right. So
the shit that I see,
that's the only big forum I can think he could do.
I think he's in the perfect place with that. And the reason why I say that is the shit that I see these especially these WNBA players, including Angels.
Nah, he can't do the WNBA.
I get with it. But damn, the shit and the way they be dancing raunchy and the rappers that they love and the type of rappers they love.
Yeah.
To me,
that
like
they love, not their fan base. You gotta realize it's not about the players, it's about the fan base.
Facts.
Their fan base is a lot of little girls. Lil Wayne cannot perform in front of no little boys.
Yeah, you can't bring that in front of that audience, man.
Hell no, man.
That's right. I'm not doing that.
They'll drag him out there by his last remaining dread.
And you know, it's interesting you said that because the other thing too, you know, because we're gonna add injury to insult here. Is let's be honest. When I look at you, when I look at Richie Rich, you know, you guys can say that about myself. We're in our 40s. We look damn good and healthy and spot. But Lil Wayne look like he's one shit away from blowing up. Like he looks bloated. So
that's because
I imagine
drugs, man. That codeine.
Right? It's about look, right? It's about how decent you look. Two people I would not put in front of a mass of people. I would not put Lil Wayne in front of a mass of people because he looks bloated. He like he's gonna blow up. It's kind of like Blade 1. Remember when Blade threw all of those little things at the vampire and the vampire guy, and you knew he was getting ready to pop? That's how Lil Wayne look right now. So we got Lil Wayne looking like that, and then D Jefferson. These are two people I would never put in front of a mass of people because when you put people like that in front of people, you know the product instantly going to go down because they look and feel like shit. And let's be honest, the Super Bowl is supposed to be a place where when people look at you, they're supposed to be like, wow, this is aesthetically appeasing. People judge you just off of look. Forget you just singing. Forget you just rapping. People are already ready to judge you off of a look. So if a guy comes on the stage looking bloated, the first thing people are going to think, what is wrong with this guy's health?
He looks bad. That's what I'm looking at this. That's the audacity of this nigga to say he feel he's being overlooked and he know it really hurt his feelings. He's delusional. Like, bro, think about it. You gotta think about this from a business standpoint. Who's gonna push you out in front of the stage that not only embarrass yourself but embarrass them?
Exactly.
Get your life together, can't you? Lil Wayne does not look like he's 40-some years old. He looks bad, man. And you want
all those drugs, man, that he's been taking.
Because his kidneys and all his paint and all that shit's fucked up, inflamed. That's why he looks like that. That's why he looks like that. It's he don't even look like Lil Wayne. We know it's him, but he looks like a shell of himself. The last thing he should be worried about is the Super Bowl. He needs real help.
Yep.
Like, bro.
Wow.
And then he says, I don't know why the kids from Lamar even took it that way because I never made any harm. Yes, you did. You was crying, man. You was like, yeah, it's unfair. Like, bro, what's unfair? I didn't get it. I didn't get what was so unfair about you not going to. It's not like you really had that type of career where you deserve to be in the Super Bowl. Bro, you had a good career. You didn't have that type of career.
This is what he thought. And this is where a lot of artists have a problem with Jay-Z with, right? He thought because he looked up to Jay-Z and he wanted to be kind of like Jay was just gonna give him, that nod. But Jay don't give shit if you look up to him or not. Jay-Z's always gonna look at the best interest of a scenario. That's why Jay-Z was like, fuck everybody. I'm taking Kanye with me. Make this thing work, because he knew Kanye was not only the most versatile, he knew Kanye was not only the most marketable. He knew Kanye was going to propel his business ventures and everything he had going on moving forward with other artists. See, Jay-Z, he's always looking at the bigger picture. So when people get mad at me, like, Dre should have had his back, like Benny Siegel. A lot of times when you being lazy, like when Benny Siegel would get mad at Jay, Jay should have had but Jay did have your back. He spoke and vouched for you when he was in front of the judge, and he was like, he said some good things. He even said that on Drink Chops. Jay-Z said good things about me, but I thought he was just going to carry. No, you're a grown-ass man. The fact that he said something good about you is enough. He's not going to sit there and hold your hand. He's mad at you because right when 50 Cent was about to drop, he told all of y'all, flood the market. Y'all was being lazy. Y'all didn't flood the market, and then 50 dropped. And then y'all sitting here with a bunch of albums that could have done more if y'all would have flooded it before 50. So you take the man's advice, piss him off, make him lose a lot of money, and then you want to turn around and expect him to carry. No, that's not how he moves. The way he moves is you take care of him, he takes care of you. I know that mentality. I know that mindset. Like Lil Wayne seriously thought he was just going to get carried because, Jay-Z, I looked up to you, and because Jay-Z helped him to get his master's. Nah, man, I've already done so much for you. I helped you to get your master's. You should just be grateful.
Pay your taxes. Oh, yeah, man.
I was about to bring up that point.
Oh, yeah, go
ahead. Lil Wayne, pretty much, that's his favorite rapper. He idolized Jay-Z. He called Jay-Z the best rapper. I remember one of his songs, the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired, or something like when Jay-Z made that Fade to Black album.
Business is business, though. At the end of the day, that's just not personal. Like, bro, he could not be putting him on that. He could not be putting him in that predicament because he loves him.
Exactly.
He knows it's not a good look for him right now. And if I put you on that, bro, you'll never recover from this shit.
Exactly.
People don't understand how big of a stage that is, bro. Go on YouTube when you get off this. Go on YouTube and listen to Lil Wayne live. Listen to him perform He doesn't sound good when he performs live. He sounds bad.
Yep.
He's screaming. He don't got no voice control. He begin the words to the songs.
Let's be honest. 50 Cent, when people was getting mad at Jay-Z because Jay-Z didn't want 50 Cent to be part of the Super Bowl, but just like, look, everything is looks. You look chubbier. You don't look as muscular. The look is the aesthetic. And look, what ended up happening? He was right. 50 became a meme because everybody kept talking about, look at the difference between in the club with him having what they call it, a tank top on, and then the old version of him having the tank. Ended up being right.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Eminem, who was insisting upon 50 Cent has to be there, man, Jay wouldn't have had 50 there. But Jay understands how prominent and how important Eminem is, and he's not going to ruin that. So he allowed it off of the strength of that. But if Eminem did not vouch, Cent wouldn't have been part of it because Jay understands aesthetics.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was a Dr. Dre coming out anyway, so it was a lot of things in play that had Snoop or 50 Cent on there because he wanted Dre, and Dre wasn't coming without Snoop, and he wanted Eminem, and Dre wanted Eminem, and Eminem wasn't coming without 50. That's why 50 got on there.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, what these people need to realize, people got to stop taking business personal, man.
Yep.
It's not personal, man. You know you need to get your shit together, then you have to get your shit together. That's his life, man. Yep. He looks bad. And the last thing he needs to be worried about is performing on the Super Bowl stage. He needs to be trying to get checked in, man. To get some help. Yeah.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep.
He's too young to be looking like that.
Yeah, yeah, man. You can tell his whatever he's going through, man. Like it's taking a toll on his body.
It's slurred. Even when I seen recent thing, because he's the one that Travis Hunter signed up under, right? And you see him even when he's standing next to Travis Hunter, he looks like a guy that's like 20 something years his senior. Like he needs
right.
Like he looks like his speech patterns are delayed, his motor skills and faculties are not all the way together, and then you're like that, and you're not even rapping. So I can only imagine when you gotta use exertion to rap, perform, because performance is moving around is a physical activity. Could you
can't do it, man?
Like that's crazy.
Because first of all, he can't perform without being inebriated.
Yep.
You have never seen Lil Wayne perform and he wasn't inebriated. You can't be inebriated on the Super Bowl stage.
No, no, you can't.
If you can't perform sober, like when case in point when Kendrick Lamar did the pop out, the shit on Amazon. He look at him. He's sober.
Yep.
He's perfectly coherent. And most people cannot perform like that. They have to get some type of influence. Exactly. But you will have to perform like that on the Super Bowl stage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Lil Wayne's gonna be high out his mind. Like no one's gonna let you go up there and forget half the words of all your songs and shit. Like, no, man.
Yep.
Like, bro, he I lost respect for him the way he handled that. He came off as entitled.
He should have went behind closed doors. He should have went behind closed doors, and he should have done what 50 did with the Eminem situation. And 50 did this, 50's a slick, so he did it behind closed doors. He didn't make it advertised so people could clown him. That's the way he should have done it. It should have been shifty and behind closed doors, like and come to Kendrick on some, and I have to say this word, but come to Kendrick off some begging shit and be like, yo, Kendrick, can I be part of your show? And then because he looked up to him, Kendrick probably be like, okay, yeah,
Kendrick would be a damn fool if you let him be a part of his show, man. Bro, you're not right. And sometimes you have to accept a no.
Yep.
Sometimes people need to realize you're being told no for a reason.
Yep.
You have to accept the no and be like, okay, well, let me go and let me get better. Let me get better because obviously, I need to get my shit together. You got to be able to accept no means no. You can't always weasel behind the scenes and get what you want. Sometimes what you want is not what you need.
Exactly.
It's okay. You know what I mean?
Like Jay-Z is a lot older than him. And Jay-Z can go up, perform, and there won't be no issues. But
because Jay-Z don't perform and drunk. That's why. And he never has done that. He never has done that. And because he never has done that, he's developed and he actually takes pride in his performances. Some people only perform for the money. They don't take pride in their performances. That's why they're not known for their performances.
There's only one nigga I know.
Think about the rappers that are known for their performances. The rappers that are known for the rappers who are known for their tours are Jay-Z, right? Like you got Dr. Dre and them because Dr. Dre the professional. See, he had a big tour. Eminem and them. You got Kanye is known for his performances. Why? Because they take that shit means something to them.
Yep.
It ain't just going. It ain't a quick. That's not a quick money grab. It means something.
Yep.
Your Your performances have never meant anything, and now you want to do that shit on the biggest stage. That's the Super Bowl is a holy grail in America.
Yep.
It's the closest we got to fucking the World Cup.
Yep.
That's the holy grail. You can't get up there and be half-assed, man. And I feel he came out very entitled, and I lost a lot of respect for Wayne how you handled it.
And what he realizes, and it's a sad thing, but what he realizes his true market value at the highest levels don't mean too much of shit. If we're honest here,
it's not that. Yeah.
Because when you
overvalue himself.
Exactly. When you look at somebody and you judge them based on the highest levels, if you can't even be respected to be on the highest levels of things, now are you really at the highest levels of your own craft? Now you have to start even questioning that. Because to be at the highest level of something, you got to be able to perform and be able to do things in every aspect of the highest levels. This is what the highest levels used to be on every marker, i.e. minus Generation Z folks, because we're millennials, so we know better. But Generation Z folks, they'll look at a Bronny James basically score 2 points in a garbage NBA game of mediocrity and say, "Oh my gosh, look at this," and make this as a great thing, fucking G Leaguer, and make this as a great thing. Instead of us basically saying, "Look, your dad is a billionaire. Why don't you take your talents and become a businessman in his business companies and just run it? You're not a basketball player. Why can't we just be honest with him and tell him that?" No, mediocrity says you have to support the fact that he was pushed in because of LeBron James's name, and it's okay for him, LeBron, i.e., all the strength of everything he did, it's okay for his son to come in. In what world? Because it wasn't okay for Michael Jordan's sons to do that. And Kobe Bryant, if he had sons, if they didn't measure up the stick, Kobe would have told his sons, "Nah, you can't basketball," because he understands the respect and the standard of it. You got to earn your keep. You have to earn your weight. It's not just handed to you and given to you. But because you have a whole bunch of Generation Z folks, the reason why you're seeing all this uproar is because of them. They love mediocrity. So in their mediocre, oh no, we got snubbed. We ain't got snubbed. Well, they're trying to win, blah, 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 blah. But really, in all essence, all of the critiques Ross said, even though Ross has a way of digging you deep in a dip, but he does it in a very cool, calm, and collective fashion. This is why he eradicated. What he's doing right now is the same eradication that he was doing to D. Jefferson. All I had was a popcorn out, and I was just eating popcorn. And this dude's doing this. He's not even lifting heavy. So all of the eradication he did on Lil Wayne, they were true, though. It's not like he didn't say nothing that was not true. This man's catalog, man. I did the same thing too. I'm like, is this still going to perform Lollipop? Because I know what Lollipop's all about. That thing's about
where you going to perform? Where you going to perform, man?
He can't perform that song with Drake. She will.
Right.
And then there's another one with Future where I'm on that good shit alcohol.
Right. He can't perform that.
I'm like, man, that song is so explicit, man. Lil Wayne can't perform none of these songs on that Super Bowl stage, boy. Them people gonna be like, what?
He can't perform anything with the Atlanta rapper, what's his name? 2 Chainz. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. You
can't.
What that's all about. That's all about. You can't even
perform that.
He has to perform his old school songs. That's the only way.
And y'all still not getting what I'm saying. Even if he had songs that he could perform, he can't physically perform.
Yeah, like you said, he's not in good shape right now.
I knew that's why I was setting it up, because
he's not in good health.
He was also going to add that part. I knew he was going to say, because even if he did have the songs, now it goes to his artistry, right? If he doesn't perform well, that means even at his best, even when he was inebriated, you couldn't stomach him in live performances. You used to have his fan base criticize him about how horrible he was in live performances, and that was him in his prime. He's out of his fucking prime now. So how much more worse is it going to be?
See, that you know how he could be that delusional? That comes from not having people around you that tell you the truth, man. And people who need you financially and don't have the integrity to be honest with you. There's no way he should be thinking that he got snubbed for the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That means he don't even live in the world with everybody else. Like he don't. Like he gets up in the morning, he's not looking at himself in the mirror. Like, bro, you ain't taking no accountability for your life.
Yep.
You know either that or you're so delusional or so aloof that you don't realize what the Super Bowl stage is. So you think you could be on the Super Bowl stage as is. You're a grown man. You don't know that you're in a predicament where you cannot be on the Super Bowl stage. You don't know that? In front of all these people, you don't know. No one's told you that. You have to find out through Jay-Z that your live performances have never been on par to be on that level. Why are you finding about that now? No one's told you got to get better at live performing. No one told you that this whole time. These people don't care about these people, man.
You gotta remember, baby's not Jay-Z. Baby's actually selfish. He's all looking at the cash. As long as the money's coming in, he's not going to tell you. I'm sure he knew that the live performances weren't that great, but he's making the money's coming in, so he don't give a shit. He wasn't even going to give him the master. So in his mind, look, man, as long as you making me money, I don't give a shit what you do.
Look, nowadays, Lil Wayne don't even be performing. He just be walking around and basically ad-libbing his own songs and yelling over the music. I'm serious. Go on YouTube and watch his latest performance.
You're right.
He'd be like, I'm a Martian. Like, just be tripping.
It's bad.
Bro, if he do that on the Super Bowl stage, the security will go up there and get him. He'll go to commercial. Like, bro, like, nah. Jay-Z is not. See, thing about it, Jay-Z is one of those people that people love. Jay-Z is one of those people that people love to hate on.
Yep.
Always been that way. So they'll make everything his fault.
Yep.
Even when in reality, they know that he's making it right. They'll make it his fault because he's one of those people love to hate. People don't like naturally confident, eternally confident people.
Yep.
If your confidence don't come from a source that they can see, if yours is internally confident, they don't like that shit at all. So they can always find a reason to hate. They can always find a reason to hate on Jay-Z, and so they're trying to make this like Jay-Z was wrong and he snubbed them. But someone choosing Kendrick Lamar over you is not a snub.
And these same clowns, when Kendrick
Lamar, he's a better rapper than you.
I'm glad you said that because now we're segueing into the next one. When Kendrick Lamar does have an amazing performance, which he will, now people are going to be looking at Jay-Z like, oh man, Jay-Z was so smart to pick Kendrick Lamar. I believe he's going to have a great performance because I believe he's going to bring out the songs that everybody want to hear. To me, I can't wait to hear They Not Like Us. I can't wait to hear Squabble Up. Like, he just got songs that you could you got to, man. You could go from album to album. I can't wait till he play Damn. You know, I can't wait. I can't wait till he plays Swimming Pools. Like, he just got songs after songs. The catalog is so lengthy and it's filled with so much wealth. He could go anywhere with this and nobody will be disappointed.
And he writes in a way to where even when he's not talking about something that's super like cookie cutter, even when he's talking about things that are like cutting edge, he writes in a way to where it's a bop. It's a hit, like say for instance, like Swimming Pools, right? Or Pour Up Drink.
Yep.
The words to the song mean something totally different than what you think it is. You think it's a drinking song, but it's not. It's a song about drinking too much. That being an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? But it's a hit song. You know what I mean? Like the man don't got that, and this is sad, really, man. It's sad because it goes to show you that he's at a point in his life to where, you know, when people start getting old, when your grand start getting old, so they start saying things that don't make too much sense because they're losing their faculties. So they might say he's getting to that point to where, like, and you know, they might wake up and be like, "Where am I?" Or they might go piss in the closet, or just doing random things because he done so much drugs in his life. He's to that point already, man.
He's the equivalent. He's the equivalent of Trick Daddy, man. I saw Trick Daddy perform this performance live the other day, and I was just like, who allowed this man to be on stage, man? And this guy looks like he's literally shitting on himself, man. Like, he looks bad. This is bad. This is bad business right here. And
years and years.
It was like a little small concert performance type thing, but he looked like a clown. This is the equivalent of Genuine in his mid-late 50s, got a gut now, trying to do same OG. That's why they bobblehead him and they clowned him. It's the equivalent of Keith Sweat in his 60s trying to do gyration and begging. It looks bad. Makes you look like an old perverted man. It's the same thing as Ray J with the big belly trying to take his shirt off. Talking about, what was that song that he had? It was that sexual song Ray J had. What was it again?
I don't know about a sexual song. I know he had a song, If I Had One Wish.
Yeah, it's not that one wish, but he has
other crying over
he has this other I forgot the name of it. But he took his shirt off recently on a stage. It's on TikTok. And this motherfucker looked like he had a six-pack and a gut at the same time, and he didn't clown right now. He didn't troll over that shit. It's just when you pass your prime,
the problem is
when you pass your prime and you try to do things that you did in your prime, it's gonna show, man.
But the problem is this: people don't know their prospective place in the world, and they refuse to acknowledge it. So the problem is this, man. There's a market for everything, but you have to know where you can sell your product at and where you can't. There's a venue for Lil Wayne. There's still venues for Lil Wayne, but he has to realize where he is not where he's at now, and where he was still wasn't at the Super Bowl level.
Yep.
That's what he has to realize, and it's nobody's fault but his own.
Yep.
See, what he's dealing with now is accountability. That he don't want to take accountability. He'd rather say they snubbed me or this isn't fair instead of saying maybe I should have abused my body like this, or maybe I should have took my craft more seriously. Maybe I should have been a real lyricist and not linked on catchy childlike rhymes because you're limited to that. When you don't really rap about, think about it, what do Wayne really be rapping about?
I got 10 bathrooms. I could shit all day. I'm like, who says that in a rhyme?
No, I said no. After the Carter 2, he stopped even rapping about topics.
Yeah,
it's been catchy shit teenagers would like. But guess what? There's going to be adult people watching the Super Bowl, and they don't want to hear that, man.
No, I don't hear that shit.
They don't want to see you in the middle of rapping and start scratching your arm because you nine, you know what I mean? Because you've been taking promethazine all day. Nobody want to see that, man. Nobody want to see that, man. So yeah, that was very disappointing that he handled it like that as a grown man. And he handled it that way. That was very disappointing, man. You have to take accountability for your actions.
It was. What you got to say, Richie?
And so many people coming to his defense like this is so wrong. Like this shit ain't wrong. This is the best move that Jay-Z can make right now. Kendrick Lamar is steaming hot right now.
Yep.
Who else is you supposed to go with?
No,
it's a no-brainer.
This guy made Drake disappear. Like literally.
It's a no-brainer.
And let's be honest, we all wanted to see somebody put Drake in the hole and make him disappear, and this guy did it. That's awesome.
And people forget. Not to cut you out, Richie Rich. I'm from the state that I'm from fallback. I've been talking the whole time. People forget about this. People forget that Jay-Z always does things for more than one reason.
Yep.
Who been sneak dissing Jay-Z for the last 15 years? Who been talking about you was the boy, but I was the boy, blah blah. So who you think is really happy, so happy that Kendrick did this? You know how happy Jay-Z is that somebody finally stepped on this dude that been thinking he's me and blah blah blah. This is killing two birds with one stone. I get to show y'all I'm a marketing genius by putting this man up, and I in my business acumen, and I get to turn the knife and the nigga back at the same time.
That is
him bringing Lil Wayne.
Boy, that's classic.
Him bringing Lil Wayne will hurt. Him bringing Lil Wayne will hurt this process because guess who Lil Wayne will have to guess who Lil Wayne will have to bring on to make it even something to watch. He will have to bring on Drake to do it.
Yep.
He will have to bring on Drake to do it, and Drake not gonna get that.
Yep.
As long as Jay-Z is alive, Drake ain't gonna get that.
Nah.
You know what I mean? He's not gonna get. He ain't gonna get that platform. It's over with.
And if he
as long as Jay-Z in charge of it, he ain't getting that
platform. If he had the opportunity to ever get it, he would have had to stay away from Kendrick and never let Kendrick in him. So that way he keep having the me pull. But he let Kendrick in him, so now Jay-Z got the ultimate way to just slap him with this forever. But anyway, Rich, Ross was gotta let him cook, man. What you got to say about this, bro?
Yeah, man, I totally understand it from Jay-Z's standpoint because Jay-Z's always been about business, man. This is a business, and you got to go with what's hot, you know. And Kendrick is what is hot, man. You know, he's won a multiple time Grammys, and he's the hottest current rapper out right now. So, and he has this conflict going on with Drake, and where he's won the battle. And hey man, I totally agree with Jay-Z. This is what I'm gonna, because you want viewership at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
The halftime show gets so many views. So many people are tuning into that Super Bowl halftime show and halftime performance. You need somebody there that's going to keep those views on. And Kendrick is definitely one of the artists that's going to have people tuning in, and especially people want to see if he's going to perform that Not Like Us song. I know he's going to perform it. I know he's going to perform that song. He's going to squeeze it in somewhere. But that right there is like huge anticipation for that Super Bowl. What Kendrick is going to be doing. Kendrick has a lot of hits too, man. So I can see why Jay-Z's did it like that. Lil Wayne shouldn't take no offense. Ross brought up great points why he shouldn't be performing in the Super Bowl, because that's not his audience, pretty much.
It's not his proper level.
Yeah, it's not his target audience. This exactly. This is an audience that targets the world, man. And nobody, a lot of people, it's commercial.
Go ahead, Richie. I'm sorry, man. Ross,
yeah. No, it's all good.
Me putting my foot on the neck. This dude was sabotaging you, man. But anyway, keep going.
I mean, dude, you ethered Lil Wayne on this thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That boy finished Lil Wayne on this thing.
I'm just being honest, man. I don't got nothing against Lil Wayne. I enjoy his music sometimes, but as men, I don't like how he handled it. It's a how delusional can you be, man? It's a how delusional can you be? I'm not the worst speaker, but I'm not the best speaker. I would never feel slighted if, let's say, me and him was winning an award for like a podcast or something, but they wanted him to speak. I wouldn't feel slighted because I feel he speaks better than I do for a certain platform. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, oh, that's messed up. Now, I don't think I'm retarded or none of that, or I can't speak, but I wouldn't feel slighted. You have to know where you stand in life, and the fact that you're a grown man and you can't, your ego is so fragile that you can't be real with yourself, or you can't deal with a no.
And it's the same way with you. I wouldn't feel slighted.
That would make no sense.
If it was something that you have to break down for understand, because I can't break things down for everyone to understand. I'm too impatient that if you don't understand it, I'm not even going to deal with you. But you have the ability to make everybody at the aimless level.
Right.
So if they did you to say something, I'll just sit back and be right there that you do it, because everybody will get it. And that's where ego has to be pushed to the side and parked to the side. Because it's always about the utilitarian theory. The mass and the greatest number of people have to benefit from the situation. It's if you want something broken down, detail-oriented fashion, You let Richie Rich do it, because Richie Rich will come in and he'll do everything that Lewis Sports Network does, minus all 30 minutes. He'll do it in a 10-minute segment. He'll do it in an segment.
Facts. He don't need a whole hour to say some shit that take 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Very efficient, man.
Very
efficient, and that's people don't realize that because you went to the military, you know this. The bane of communication is brevity, man. Saying what you need to do and as succinct as possible. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have to say a lot of things, you should be able to say 3 hours worth of shit in an hour. You should be able to say an hour's worth of shit in 15, 20 minutes. You should not be saying a 5 minutes worth of shit for 5 hours.
I love
Get
that,
to the point.
Yeah. It's just he's too long-winded, man. That's the only problem. He's too long-winded.
Man, because I was cool with you, I used to do them joints, man, but I ain't gonna lie. So many days I wanted to tell you, nah, man. I'm like,
how irritated you were with timing. I mean, he laps Oxsteel, and Oxsteel is long-winded. He laps him.
Yeah, because at least when Oxsteel is long-winded, at least he's making you laugh, or he's saying something with passion. He said something with enough passion to bring you in.
Yep.
This dude he's very, you remember that guy on the dry eye commercials?
Straight up and down, commercial facts.
You remember the commercials for the dry eye commercials? The professor dude, bro. Hey, bro, man.
Man, I try to catch it up.
He got a lot of knowledge.
It's a new year, 2025.
He got a lot of knowledge, but
he had something. He wore this little suit, and me, I know him. Man, I compliment people. I went on his channel and put a post on it, and he act like he didn't even see what I said. I'm like, come on, man, this is me. You supposed to see what I say and respond back. Like, there's a level to this shit. When somebody that help out there, you should always show some respect. So I was like, all right, I still feel mad that I've been on back saying he's too long-winded. I don't change the fact that I said that. It's just like you're not changing the fact that you didn't your critique of Lil Wayne. And this is why I think your critique of Lil Wayne needs to extend past here, and it needs to go on TikTok, because the Super Bowl is right around the corner. You need to be talking about this shit. And the reason why I'm saying this wrong,
for sure,
because you can do whatever you want with, because we know how you roll. But the reason why I'm just putting that bug in your ear is people need to hear that. His fans are delusional as fuck. People are delusional as fuck. Even I fucks with Wayne, but I'm not gonna be delusional to not know that this cat should not be on that stage. And there's so many reasons why. And when you break it down, everybody's gonna be like, man, you know what? I'm mad at what you said, but I ain't gonna lie. This shit is funny as hell. This shit that you're saying is true. It is facts. Like you said, facts. You're that person that you tell people that ugly truth, but people can't deny it, and they ended up looking at it and laughing with you and joking with you and being like, you know what? I thought I wasn't gonna accept this person to say I'm gonna accept it. That's how you are. That's across to everyone. Like, people wouldn't be able to accept it, but because you've hit every point that's undeniable, they have no choice but to accept it. Like, you just have a choice.
Man, what you could do is you could chop up this live stream and make some motherfucking and make some shorts and post it. I don't care. I'm
gonna go back in this and I'm gonna put this in shorts. I'm gonna put this, especially that part where you talked about, how he how he was going on the performance. That
right
on the show. I'm definitely
he was like a Super Saiyan.
The last time
he was going Super Saiyan stuff for. He was going Super Saiyan stuff for his hair didn't turn blonde. His dreads started falling out.
The thing with him is, I want to put him on a good, serious apple cider vinegar regimen, dog. I feel like he needs. He needs to be clean. You could tell his
He need
it's
everything.
like worm getting his inside out, bro. That's what's going on. Like it's really acidic in there. It's acidic as fuck on the inside, bro. Like he needs to do a serious, and we're not talking about no regular. He needs to do a serious 1 year cleansing of his body, man, ridding his body out of shit, and it's gonna take his body time.
The impurities.
You're gonna see him. He's gonna have to sit on that toilet for months and months and months, and really rid his body of his poop. Initially gonna look black. It's gonna look like Ross's shirt. He got to get all that out, and then after about
he looked like he need multiple enemas.
Multiple,
yeah.
Multiple.
He looks acidic, bro. That's what we talk about when we say acidic, and we say worm like stomach. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Lil Wayne, you know how we always talk about the music industry, all of that artists, like he looks like an actual demon, bro, from hell. Like I'm not even being honest.
Yeah.
If you say that he looks like, I wouldn't knock you, man. He looks like a gremlin. You guys remember that movie, Gremlin? He looks like one of them others, man.
Yeah, he looks like something you will see when you have sleep paralysis.
You're like, what the fuck is this?
And out the corner of your eye, you see the little demon walking around.
If they got dreads, but outside of that, you can't tell.
Shit together, man.
Okay, so let's segue this into the biggest issue going on right now. Because I see that they're hurting so bad revenue that they're using the NFL to have to help them to market Adam Silver. And I don't knock what he's doing, but to me, it's like waving the white flag and showing when you take your banner and you wave it in the air, you basically hurting so bad. And now we have to shorten the games. That was only in 12-minute quarters.
The problem with
why are you making it 10-minute quarters?
The problem with Adam Silver, you know what Adam Silver did? He didn't learn from David Stern. See, when you take over something and you're in that position, you got to have a cash cow. You got to either create a cash cow yourself, or you got to have one that you're gonna put your basket. You're gonna put all the eggs in that basket.
Yep.
When you took over, LeBron was already created by David Stern, and he on his way out. Who did you create? He's still listening, and you could tell he's taking advice from LeBron. All these things he's doing benefits LeBron. LeBron on his way out. He should be doing nothing that benefits LeBron. Who you think came up with the in-season championship that don't mean anything? Who you think came up with that?
Adam Silver.
Yeah, but no, Adam Silver came up with it. But who you think came up with it? Came up with it.
James.
Who you think came up with the? I could pick my own All-Star team, and we ain't just gonna deal with the players that we got.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Who came up with the Kingdom's title?
Bro, tell him no. You can't have everything your way. No, we're not doing that. The East Coast. If Adam Silver if he want to, I know exactly what he need to do if he want to get the Raiders back. Get rid of everything you've been doing for LeBron James. Get rid of the in-season tournament. Get rid of that. If the in-season tournament is not going to mean anything for the actual season, I'll see if the in-season tournament winners automatically have a number one seed. That would mean something. You know what I'm saying? That means niggas be going so hard at it to get that number one seed. That would mean something, right? If it meant something, it don't mean anything. So why do it? East and West, or if anything, home court advantage or something small, but it'll mean something. Get rid of the team LeBron, the team. Get rid of that. Go back to the East versus West.
It means something. It means something for some of the players who aren't making as much money. Every player gets $500K, so that could be huge for a player that's probably making $2 million $5 million. That's on a $5 million a year deal. 10 million, an extra 500K could help out. You know, I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, but here's the problem with that. That don't translate to the fans. And
yeah, that don't.
And you can still do that and make the game actually mean something outside of that. You know what I'm saying? You can still pay these guys. Or how about this? How about you pay these guys more money, man? Why is anybody just making $500,000 when they make the league so much money? But anyway, but yeah, you're right. It does benefit the players, but the players ain't the ones buying the tickets, and the players ain't the ones watching shit on TV. So it gotta translate to the fans, right? So get rid of that or make it mean something. Get rid of the Team Durant, Team LeBron, go back to East-West, and also get rid of this friendly BS. You know how you do that? Because you can't really make a rule. Y'all can't be friendly, but you make the league about somebody who's not friendly. Find one of these players and make them a marquee player, a player who just competes. They're supposed to you know what they're supposed to do, but they don't like him. If they would have made Kyrie the next guy, the league would be different because Kyrie's a competitive person. And they made the next guy, what's his name? Anthony Edwards. The league would be different because he's a competitive guy. He ain't trying to be nobody's friends.
The thing with Anthony Edwards, though, man, he's
he's off the charts.
He's off the charts, and he's raw because he likes to curse a lot. They're a little scared. They're a little intimidated to put him in the forefront now. He's gonna have to show some maturity first.
Yeah, but at this point, they need something. It is not LeBron. People are actually tired of seeing LeBron. People tired of seeing him. They're tired of seeing him as face of the league, and they never really believed Curry.
Man,
no matter how good Curry is,
man,
they never really believed him.
He's a dog, man. I think if this dude could play till 50, he would do it because he don't want to give anybody. He don't want to give anybody a chance to have that limelight that he has, man. That's sickening, bro.
Right.
That is.
But what he doesn't realize is because he was so manufactured, as soon as he leaves the game, believe it or not, he's not going to be remembered. It's going to be like I wouldn't say Kareem.
He's going to be dissected, bro. I'm telling you, that's what he's scared.
He's scared.
He dissected Jordan and Kobe. Imagine him. Now people really going to be looking at his feet, and they're going to be like, "Bro, you took shortcuts.
Right.
You didn't really earn your way the way you're supposed to. You took shortcuts. That's what he's scared of. He's scared of when he leaves this game. Start dissecting his ass down to the teeth. That's what he's scared of, man. I'm telling you.
So people got to understand one thing. He's sort of protected right now because he's in the league. So certain things that could come out about him, unless they're super egregious, they won't come out right now because it will do what? It will tarnish the league.
It will.
So he's trying to stay in the league long as possible because he knows certain things are gonna come out. Think about it, man. We're all human. We all human, and the body breaks down.
Mm-hmm.
As you start turning 35, 36, 37, 38, it doesn't matter how great of an athlete you are. Father Time is undefeated. The fact that he's still a certain way lets you know he's been using PEDs.
Yep.
But they're not going to
take it something.
Right. They're not going to jump on him on that while he's still the face. You know what I'm saying? So that's like,
listen, Chanel Sonnen, I don't know if that UFC fighter, that former UFC fighter, homeboy done went and snitched on LeBron, dog, multiple times. I don't know. You know if that is.
I know he is, but
he said him and LeBron use the same dude,
same PED guy,
same PED guy.
But you got to understand this because the UFC and the NBA don't have the same demographic, so he can snitch out how he wants. People who watch the NBA don't watch the UFC. It's not. On average, the average NBA watch. The average people don't even watch the NBA. They go on and watch the highlights. But they don't. Those are two totally different graphics, so it don't hurt LeBron. What's going to hurt LeBron is when actual NBA analysts start talking about it.
Mhm.
or if actual NBA players start talking about it.
Mhm.
Or somebody that actually has the receipts and can
Yeah.
prove it. You
Right,
know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's gonna hurt him. And
Yeah.
the thing about it is this: he's trying to make sure that never happens. So he's trying to play as long as possible. But the longer he plays, the worse it's for the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because people are
The NBA should have moved on years ago, man. That's the problem with Adam Silver. He is scared. I understand it because
Adam,
these
Adam
current
Silver.
crop.
Adam
Let
Silver is the
me
daughter
say what I
of
gotta say. You know,
Yeah.
these current crop of NBA players right now, man. These guys can't stay on the court. That's the problem. Ja
Yeah.
Morant always hurt. Zion Williamson always hurt.
Mhm.
Anthony Edwards, I like him, but he's too raw. You know, there's a sense of immaturity right now. You may be a little scared to put him in the front right now. He's got to show some maturity.
Yeah, but always all guys that change the league though.
You right, but I still I still don't see the NBA condoning that type of stuff. You know, when he just be cursing off randomly like that. They're not gonna put that. They're not gonna put that on TV.
Richard,
They just not.
I'm gonna let you get off.
There's still an image.
I'm gonna let you get off, but that's why these professionals like image consultants and PE people, they can help him clean that up. That's easy. That's an easy fix. Easy fix.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep saying
But okay, Luka Doncic.
He don't know good enough English.
Yeah, he don't know. He's an international player. They're not gonna. They want their United States players to be there at the forefront. They're not gonna put international players there. Jokic, they're not gonna put him there. Giannis, they're not gonna put him there. Kawhi, he's hurt. Kawhi should have been the one taking this thing over right now.
Yep.
If he never had these injuries, Kawhi would have been the top dog right now.
Kawhi don't like
do a lot of talking.
Man.
He don't like to talk, but if he was playing, if he wasn't missing games, Kawhi would be the guy. He would.
But Kawhi, I love Kawhi to death. Most people can't play basketball as well as him. But Kawhi can't carry your league because he don't have no charisma, man. Just like Tim Duncan couldn't carry the league, man. Some of these niggas aren't. Some of these guys aren't built to carry leagues. They're not, man. Like Kawhi. Listen, I love Kawhi. He's not built to carry no league. He don't have the charisma. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just want to hoop, and that's fine. KD was supposed to be the nigga, but KD don't want to talk either.
Yeah.
KD don't want to talk. And every time KD gets frustrated, he want to just torpedo his career. Like,
some of these guys, man. Yeah. Some of these guys, you want to like them, but you know they're just not likable. That's the problem.
Kevin Durant was LeBron James' kryptonite, and NBA fans hated KD when he was already coming in, taking away from LeBron. So he was already coming in, getting hit off. The problem with KD is, and now y'all like, damn, finally he knows to admit it. But you know, when I'm in front of y'all, you know, I'm 100% real. I can't be. I see y'all do that shit. Y'all always do motherfuckers that. Nobody can, but y'all can. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. KD's not Kobe, so he can't carry the weight of the villain. Kobe could carry the weight of the villain and like ain't nothing, and it's silly. But Kevin Durant, the pressure of it was starting to get to him because he can't carry that weight.
Right.
And he wanted to eventually.
He's actually a nice guy.
Yeah,
he's actually a nice guy.
Like
he can't play the
because he couldn't handle it. He started making moves to try to acquiesce NBA fans. Fuck NBA fans. It's about my dynasty. Because in all essence, not to go on wax, giving credence to what he said, because right in this essence, KD should have never left Golden State Warriors. See, this is the problem. He let the media, he let the fans, and he let pundits fuck up his dynasty. If he never left Golden State Warriors, these are all he's blocking LeBron. And here's the thing. Him winning a championship don't matter if he went on Golden State, because he so much you had no choice but to appreciate and accept his greatness. Because he would have kept winning and kept shutting LeBron out. So even if you hated KD is a byproduct, you still would have to give him respect because right now he'd have 5 championships blocking LeBron the whole fucking time. He did LeBron in the but the people get his head, and because he let NBA fans and maneuver him like those fans did with the Crawford situation. See, this is why you don't let fans maneuver you. When you let fans maneuver you, they fuck you over. That's just like Adrian Broner, let fans maneuver you, and that's why he got the beating of his life with Marcos Maidana. You do not let fans move you. You're the one that's supposed to be your career. Because when you don't move your career, what ends up happening is you put yourself in a precarious position, Richie Rich, right? Where you're not in a good standing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to.
Honestly, I would have told because we know one of the main cogs that got KD off that team was Draymond, man.
Mm-hmm.
I would have told Draymond, eat shit and die. It's either you or me, and I know they're gonna pick me over you any day of the week because of what my game is bringing to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the one that elevated you guys. When you guys fell off, you guys needed my services to get back to that level of winning multiple championships. And I was able to help you do something that you wasn't able to do before. Go back to back, win back-to-back championships to solidify, show that you guys weren't a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
You guys won a championship, but you guys wasn't able to do a back-to-back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you know my value, you know my worth. And I know if we go to the owner, they're gonna choose me any day of the week over you, even though you've been on this team longer than me. Because they know I'm a much better player than you.
Mm-hmm.
And what me and Steph got going on, we got a Shaq and Kobe thing going on. We got an MJ and Pippen thing going on.
Yep.
They're not going to want to ruin that.
Yep.
We could reel off multiple championships and rings, and we don't even need you in the process.
Yep.
So you better get right. That's what I would have G-checked Draymond. You better get right, or you gonna be getting gone. I run this. This is my house now.
Because his value,
you better get right.
Would have been higher.
He let Draymond G-check him. Dog, he held all the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Durant let Draymond G-check. I would have told Buddy, I'll run this. I brought 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs back to back. Bro, you better shut your mouth. You better get on your knees and thank me. Right now.
Exactly.
Right now. Or I'm gonna get you up off this team right now.
Well said. There's nothing to add to that. There's nothing to add to that because I said that years ago on the live, and I was mad at KD for not doing that. And this is, see, now I can use all my criticisms on KD because now KD has really pissed me off. And I've said it privately with you, but the world needs to know is KD did not maximize the time that he had, because right now he's over the hill as a basketball player. We're just being honest. He's over the hill.
Yeah, he is.
But he didn't maximize the time of his prime and leverage it to be the LeBron nullifier. That's what his prime was supposed to be, to nullify LeBron and to really stick LeBron in the dirt in terms of legacy. This man could have ran off 5 championships. He got 2. So we talk about Shaq not performing at his maximum and Shaq underperforming and all of that. But let's be honest, KD underperformed, heavily underperformed, because that Golden State Warriors team with him, clearly you could see that they had the capability to win, because so many years later, they end up winning another chip. So if they were able to win another chip so many years later without KD, that's very clear that if they had KD, they would have kept running up the table with a dynasty. He let people get in his head. It's both him, not only his fault, it's also Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry let other people get in his head too, in creating the division by the Dub Nation fans saying, "Oh, KD is saying it's his team." These guys should have had united front and shut everybody out, even the Dub Nation fans, and be like, "Nah, this is the squad, and we're not gonna let nobody fuck this shit up." And you could see the both of them regret it, because you could hear the both of them talk about, man, I wish I would still. I've heard Stephen Curry say, "I wish Kevin Durant would still be there," and I've heard Kevin Durant say, "I wish I was still playing with Kevin Durant said, I wish I was still playing with Stephen Curry on Golden State Warriors." they both screwed each other up, and they both let fans and media pundits get in the way. And what this speaks to is their weak, fragile mindset. Because if these guys had the Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant makeup, nobody would have separated them. Let's be honest. Nobody would have put these guys apart. With the mindset that MJ and a Kobe has, nobody would have been able to do that with those guys. But because, okay, gotcha. But because the mindset is fragile, they had no choice but to do it. And this is the benefactor and the issue that you're experiencing with Adam Silver, right? And why he has to now shorten the minutes. The reason why he's doing this, Adam Silver knows why he's doing it. He's doing this because the popularity of the NBA. If you go look at all sports, every sport has gone up in revenue, Rich, 32%. The NBA is the only one that has seen a revenue drop of 48%. Damn, that's almost 50% of your revenue share down. So he's shortening the games because people don't even want to watch a 48-minute product. So he's shortening the game so that people can have less of a boring game to watch. That's why he's doing that. He's not doing that because he wants to do it. He's doing it from a business standpoint, where if I give you less of a boring game, you probably might want to watch more minutes of it. As opposed to if I'm giving you a full game that you don't want to watch in the first place. The product is hurting because of things like allowing NBA fans don't want to see that shit. They don't want to see a LeBron James allow a Bronny James to come into the NBA because of LeBron's name. And then here's the reason why I always throw that ding out. Because what about the guy who deserved that spot that did not get drafted into the NBA? The guy that bust his ass to earn that spot. That's what people fail to realize. Bronny James took food out of the mouth of one guy who didn't have LeBron as a father, who was more worthy than him to be drafted. I don't think people realize that. They're so caught up in, exactly, father-son duo and all of that. But what about the dude that was more worthy than you, that you took the food out of his plate, that actually bust his ass independently? Now he's a G leaguer because they want you to be in the NBA with your dad? People don't think about these things, man.
Yeah, NBA takes a hit for allowing that to happen.
Exactly.
You know?
And then we praise a G leaguer coming in garbage minutes and score 2 points. This is the mediocrity of the world. And the mediocrity of the world, the mediocrity of this generation. This is why I'm really worried about Generation Z folks, man. And that's why I always call them idiots and dum-dums and really dumb folks. Because their stupidity is so much on display right now that it's caused a mediocrity of product in the NBA. Because in our generation, millennials, we didn't accept that subpar nonsense. Could you imagine if Bronny came out in our generation 20 years ago when we was like really watching basketball? We were like, what the fuck?
He would be undrafted.
He would be like, this motherfucker don't deserve to be on no league. Why they got this motherfucker?
He would be undrafted. He wouldn't be drafted.
Exactly. But it's allowed now. It's acceptable behavior. And this is where, in some instances, I don't have a problem with nepotism, but this is where nepotism has gone wrong. And it sets us back as black people, because we already have to work hard, right? We already have to work twice as hard to get what we want. So now we're just allowing things to come in easy for us, which it should be easy for us like everybody else, but it's easy because we could justify it off of our greatness. But you don't have greatness and then you want to say it's easy for you? Come on, man. Nobody is sitting here losing sleep over whether Bronny James makes it to the NBA or not. You know why? Because Bronny James is a son of a billionaire. So whether he makes it to the fucking NBA or not, this kid is good. So you're taking money out of a dude's mouth who actually has better potential than you. Because I think about these things. All of these guys that went undrafted, all because Bronny James, they needed to make history and put in the NBA. These guys were better equipped. Now you got these guys seething in the G League, putting up astronomical numbers. There's one dude that they pick Bronny James over, and that dude is balling in the G League, man. He's scoring 26 points per game. But if you go look at his numbers, and he ended up being the 56 guy undrafted, right? This dude was averaging 16 points in college. How the fuck does he get passed up by Bronny James? Like, okay, I got you with that. How the fuck does he get passed up by Bronny James? That makes absolutely no sense. So a guy that averages 4 points gets to usurp a guy that averages 16. This guy was averaging 4 more points than you in college. So he goes undrafted, and you get drafted? Come on, man.
There was a teammate of his on the USC team that actually saw starters minutes and scored more points and got more playing time. This dude was undrafted. He had to he's on like I guess a two-way deal with Sacramento Kings or something like that, where he's playing with their G League affiliate. He went undrafted, but Bronny got drafted, man. That's crazy. And this kid actually saw starters minutes on the USC team, the college team. Bronny was coming off the bench, averaging only for about 4 points a game, and he got drafted, and this kid didn't get drafted. It didn't make sense.
So
this kid was more of a factor player on that college team,
and that's the same dude that I'm talking about that averages 16 points. But he doesn't get drafted, and he's your teammate, but you get drafted. You see how fucked up the system is? All because he's LeBron James' son. This is why the league revenue went down 48%. This is what the fans are saying. As you're leaving in another 2 minutes, this is why the fans are not staying in the league. Because how dare something like this happen? How dare we have a 3-point shooting league, no defense, no athleticism, no nothing? How dare we have an NBA where a guy can have his son come in and play because of his namesake, not because he's good enough to make it. And that's why the product is trash now. But we've been warning people for years, bro. This ain't nothing new. We've been saying this for years on lives. The NBA is going to suffer. And that's what ultimately, but I do agree with Ross. If the NBA wants to save itself, use an image consultant person to clean up Anthony Edwards and go with AE because he's charismatic, man. He's trash and he's cool. But that's all I got to say, man. You got anything else you want to add to it?
Yeah, I mean, this was a good live, man. I mean, it was not as long as we usually have it, but we got to bang in the topics in the allocated time, man. So I hope that we got many more lives and upcoming lives in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And we're able to say our thoughts out, in the way that we always do it, man. So I appreciate you. He knows. I appreciate you, Ross. And looking forward to many lives, man, down the future.
Definitely. It's been real. It's been easy. Peace.
Peace.